1.
Hi, this is Mr. Murphy, my fifth video in the number systems series. This is standard 7.NS.1.D, the fourth substandard of the first standard. This one's pretty easy. Apply properties of operations as strategies to add and subtract rational numbers. There are a lot of properties, but the big three are commutative property, identity property of addition, and the distributive property. So let's look at all three. Commutative property. What you can do forwards, you can add backwards. So in mathematics, a binary operation is commutative if changing the order of the operands does not change the result, forwards and backwards. So 3 plus 4 is 4 plus 3. It also works when you're adding negatives. So 4 plus a negative 3 equals negative 3 plus 4. We know that 4 minus 3 does not equal 3 minus 4, but 4 minus 3 also is the same as 4 plus a negative 3, and then you can switch it backwards. It doesn't matter with 4 minus 3, but what if I was doing 25 minus 65? Then I could say 25 plus a negative 65 is the same as negative 65 plus 25. And then I could subtract 65 minus 25 and get 40. And then make that a negative because it was a negative 65. So it's fun to look at and play with things, turning them around backwards and forwards. Just know that you can do it with addition and multiplication, but you can't do it with subtraction or division unless you switch things around like this. The identity property of addition. If you add 0 to a number, you get the original number. You can add as many zeros as you like. The official definition is the sum of 0 and any other number or variable is the number or variable itself. So 7 plus 0 is 0, 1/2 plus 0 is 0, negative 4.56 plus 0 is negative 4.56. And you can add a bunch of zeros. So negative 7 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 equals 7. 0 plus 1/2 plus 0 plus 0 is 1/2. Negative 4.56 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is negative 4.56. You get the idea. 0 doesn't change things. But if you ever played with the counters, you get the idea of why we might add zeros. But that's a whole different video. The third one, and probably the most important one right now, is the distributive property. This is actually going to be very important in algebra, so they want us to start practicing right now. But the distributive property is anytime you have a number outside the parentheses, multiplying the parentheses, you distribute it to the numbers inside the parentheses. And we know from order of operations that if you have parentheses, we do that first. But sometimes we have a variable in our parentheses, so we can solve the parentheses first, so we have to distribute. That's what will happen in algebra. Right now, we're just going to practice with numbers so we can check our answers using the order of operations. For example, 5 times the quantity 4 minus 7. I use the quantity 4 minus 7 because I'm going to subtract it first. 4 minus 7 is negative 3. So 5 times the quantity 4 minus 7 is 5 times negative 3, which is negative 15. The distributive property works this way. 5 times the quantity 4 minus 7 is 5 times 4 minus 5 times 7. That's 20 minus 35, which is a negative 15. You can see we got the same answers, so they do the same work. They're just different ways of doing it. Harder example is when you have negatives inside and outside the parentheses. For example, negative 7 times the quantity 4 minus 8, so 4 minus 8 is negative 4. Negative 7 times negative 4 is a positive 28. In the distributive property, negative 7 times the quantity 4 minus 8, we do negative 7 times 4, and negative 7 times 8 minus negative 7 times 8. So negative 7 times 4 is negative 28. minus a negative 7 times 8, which is negative 56, minus a negative 56 is plus 56. That gives us 28 plus 56, negative 28 plus 56, which gives us 28. So those are a couple of examples. Try your own examples out, practice them in order of operations which you know, and then do them in the distributor property to check, or practice them in the distributor property and then do the order of operations to check. Thank you. Have a great day.